What is going on, my good people, man? This is your main boy here. I hope y'all well. We're gonna quick hit podcast number 7. Siete. Pito. Capito. Well, do what we do here, man. But specifically today, we are going to talk about some tech stuff. Specifically, the techs that I like. If you know me for quite some time now, follow me in YouTube or Facebook. I got a couple of shots of my drone, man. Way back 3 years ago, I went into the drone thing from the cheap eBay drones to the DJI Phantom 3 standard, Phantom 3 Pro to, Mavic Pro. Now I got the Mavic Air. But DJI just announced and released it officially in their website. You can find the new DJI Mavic Air 2. Amazing, because they got some sick stuff in there, man. Specifically, a 4K 60p, I think 48 megapixel. A couple of things there as well. 8K time lapse, if I'm correct. But it looks like overall the look changed as well. Doesn't look like, post that link here real quick or some shots, but it's pretty sick. It's nice. I was contemplating 2-3 weeks ago. I was about to sell my Mavic Air because that's what happened to me last year. No, prior year to that, because when we went to the Philippines, I brought my Mavic Air and it changed my mind. So I sold my Mavic Pro because it was more than a year. But, there's some things that you can do to future-proof yourself. But let's be honest here. There's no future-proofing the way we're moving right now. But I decided overall I'm not going to sell my Mavic Air. Just for the fact that I learned my lesson on Mavic Pro. Couple of things that I have decided, because first, it's Baltimore, Maryland. Seldomly you'll see some good stuff in here, and there's a lot of restrictions. I live near the Martin State Airport, which is Lockheed Martin Airport, and it's like military base in there. So there's a lot of restrictions here. So you can just fly on your own. In this coming years as well, if you know all the drone rules, if you follow them, restrictions are all over the place. You can't just launch anywhere in a park or so. As long as government facility, even it's a state park, those mountains or rivers or just regular park, you cannot just fly them anymore. And other countries are banning as well, like totally banning it. Namely, a couple of things here. I believe Europe. You can't fly there anymore. Gotta find another hobby. Few things in Canada, they're very strict now as well. And a couple of states here, you cannot really fly them. Namely, Washington, D.C. for obvious reasons. New York. This things specifically, if you talk about DJI drones, they got this thing called geofencing. So you cannot just fly them as you like. It doesn't work out like that anymore. Meaning the drone is so smart. It's GPS guided. When you are on that fence, you cannot just take off because your controller and the drone itself has a GPS. So it triangulates your location. And if you're in that zone, with an airport within a range of, I believe, 3 to 4 miles, then the drone itself will not take off. It's for safety reasons and purposes as well. There's a lot of stupid people out there. Not bashing anyone, but yeah, if you want to destroy a hobby or so, that's the way to go. Fly on a restricted area. But if you want to fly legal, though, you can take measures for a couple of steps. That way you can fly. Namely, if you're near the airport, I believe there's a move that you can do to contact the control tower, and they're going to provide your code. Or if you're allowed in your license, then you got to tell them if you're clear to fly. I personally don't have that license, but I do have my, I believe, FAA registered for 5 years. It's really a lot of gray area here in America, but for some reason you got to do that. In fact, I have that here in my drone. I mean, in my phone. But check this out real quick. Pokemon Go. You believe that? I still play this thing, man. Let's take a stroll on the memory lane here. 2016, when Pokemon Go was introduced, it went go crazy. I was playing for at least a year straight. 2017, I took a break. I did not touch a thing. 2018, 2019, here we are, 2020. I'm still rocking it. Still level 39 though. But this time I got my second account caught up, 35. So you know, Android and Apple. You know what I'm saying? This is how we deal with it. And it make it a little bit more easier because I got this. Gotcha. Shout out to my sponsor, my main man there, Pernell. Got it here. This thing is so handy. It only takes the red ball though. It automatically catches a Pokemon for you. Spins it as well. And so it's amazing. I don't have to hack anymore. I put a lot of, little bit of time here and there. Visiting new places like the Philippines. I brought my Pokemon. Guys, man. I do what I do. But yeah, let's take a quick pause here. Let's take a quick break. I'm gonna get something real quick. Be right back. Cool. We're back. So I got sent out yesterday by my couple of my friends and my mom-in-law, my father-in-law, my mother about this guy, Tatsuki Honjo. We gotta talk about this, man. I don't want to talk about like crazy stuff again, but things needs to be discussed. That's the reason why we're here, or this channel exists with the podcast segment that we got. Let's just quickly hit about it. Who's Tatsuki Honjo is the guy that receives a Japanese physician, scientists, and immunologists. So I'm not really familiar with how that works, but by definition, immunologist is what the study of biology that covers immune system in all organisms. So this guy knows his shit. I just want to talk about that because this guy received a Nobel Prize in 2018. And that's one of the most honorable award that you can get in humanity. A Nobel Prize. Come on, man. Wrap your head around it. This guy did his own bit, contribute to the mankind. He receives the award. But here's the catch. He's refuting his Nobel Prize. He's basically, I would think he is like returning it, some kind of like that. Stating that COVID-19 is man-made and this is not a natural thing. In other words, it is produced in Wuhan, where this is not a natural thing. So ever since the virus spread, he's trying to reach out to the laboratory physicians, the technologists, technicians. Everybody's dead. And I think he's stating that China has to be, held accountable for this. And as a result, it looks like Dr. Honjo is not just challenging the natural causes of this COVID-19, but it looks like he's going to return his award. Yeah, that's some big stuff, man. I mean, If people like this dedicated their entire lives, has this strong output in life and strong direction, has this conviction in them, and returning the Nobel Prize because of this irresponsibility of some maybe organization or group of people with a hidden intent, it's something. It's something to look at. We have to be aware of this, man. We're talking about a couple of things because he pointed out that viruses are reactive, especially on sunlight, natural, that is. And COVID-19 is, violating every single one of them. Yeah, spreading across the world. Doesn't matter if it's tropical country or a country that's still under winter. It does not react to any of the sunlight. If it does not react naturally. So this doctor is on it. I believe a lot of providers now are stepping up and questioning how this could be challenged and let everybody aware of it, because this is again an era that information can travel across. Hopefully, we all know that COVID-19 as well is one of the fastest, if ever they're going to make a vaccine to have the people immune to the virus. But the problem here is that we don't even know the effects of this vaccines, how it affects pregnant people, small children, and all that stuff, man. So please, let's keep in close eye on this, because we the people are the ones going to get affected here. But yep, that's just one of our hits, guys. And I'm just thinking about it, and I'd be like, wow, this guy has dedicated his entire life in medicine, and he is challenging every single one responsible here. We're hoping, and we're keeping a close eye on this, guys. I think we're gonna be in the last segment here, man. Last segment. Oh man, we talk about gears. Talk about things content creator does and have gadgets like this, microphone, preamps. These things are not cheap. And how do we address this? When manufacturers jacked up their prices, price inflation for these things is ridiculous. Ridiculous. Whereas if you know what you're doing and you don't mind the extra step, you can actually get some good quality stuff. I'm not saying this in an expert perspective, but in a way that it's cheap. And if you're willing to learn and develop some skills, you don't have to buy the most latest gear. Why did I say price inflation? It's striking to me that my Behringer UMC 202, I got it 2 years ago. 2 years ago, it's $40 or $50 brand new. So when we talk about 2 years ago, so basically it's not 2 years old. The preamps has been out maybe 3 or 4 years before I bought it. Now, going to 2020, the thing is $120. That's jacked up more than 300% price up. So from $40 to $120. And that's a lot of money. So how we address this, I don't know. Behringer just jacked up their prices. If you ask me where I got my preamps, yeah, it's a reputable. Either 3 of these, Beach Camera, Adorama, or B&H. That's where I bought that one. So they're not like the eBay ones. No, I don't like that. It's not that I don't trust them. It's just that if I buy things and I know I'm going to use it, I might as well go get it into proper, retails. But yeah, price inflation, you might want to check out your gears if you're going to buy it. Double check it. Don't rush. this was a part of my brother's, this phenomenal dynamic microphones, but I ordered another microphone. It's a very well-known microphone. Excuse me. We're going to discuss that soon for my live guest. You know, NFL is just around the corner. I hope we can get back to it. My brother is a football player for quite some time and played his entire high school career in football. And yeah, he had some scholarship offerings. But before he came to a decision, he decided to go back in the Philippines and study nursing, which he is a nurse now. Frontliners, salute again. But yeah, I hope we can get back to our regular life soon, guys. We can talk about football and all that stuff. It's gonna be good things. But we're gonna put this an end note here, man. Episode 7 is clear and it's amazing. Words of wisdom, perhaps. I would say that, you know, things in life happens, but you really don't have to react on it accordingly on what is happening right now. You just have to trust and process it. You don't want to make any decisions when you're mad or angry or too happy and regret it later. So you want to take it down slowly and take it easy, you know. The process, you don't want to burn bridges and you don't want to hurt anyone or you know, your own self. But I appreciate you sticking with me, guys. Always remember, God is good all the time. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. There's your main boy. Peace out.